Trump's new drug price strategy, a bold move to cut costs for Americans. President Donald Trump is set to unveil a multi-pronged initiative aimed at reducing U.S. drug costs, including launching a TrumpRx direct-to-consumer platform and negotiating a deal with Pfizer to cut medication prices. Sources close to the matter told CNN that these efforts mark a significant shift in how the administration plans to tackle high healthcare expenses. The deal with Pfizer, which has been delayed since 2018, stems from Trump's long-standing criticism of rising drug prices, particularly after social media posts about price hikes. In 2018, Pfizer raised prices on dozens of medications, prompting Trump to demand action. This year, the administration is pushing for a most favored nation (MFN) policy, a strategy he revived during his first term, which aims to force drug makers to offer their lowest prices domestically, similar to those in peer countries. The MFN policy could mandate manufacturers to lower prices to the lowest they charge globally, with consequences for non-compliance, such as regulatory actions or changes to drug approvals. President Trump is doing more to lower healthcare costs than anyone else in Washington, said Kush Desai, a White House spokesperson. He's leveraging federal power to drastically cut drug prices for everyday Americans. Democrats have talked about drug prices for decades, but only Trump is actually walking the walk. In May, Trump issued an executive order requiring drug makers to either offer the MFN price or face penalties, including rulemaking by the Health and Human Services, HHS, and FDA adjustments to drug approvals. The HHS was instructed to set price targets within 30 days. However, the administration is also confronting resistance from pharmaceutical giants, who have sent letters to 17 major companies demanding that manufacturers extend the MFN policy to Medicaid enrollees and guarantee that public insurers pay the same prices for new drugs. The deadline for compliance is Monday. Trump is also pushing for direct-to-consumer channels, allowing patients to purchase medications without insurance. Several companies, like Novo Nordisk, have already created sites for specific drugs. For instance, Novo Nordisk recently made Ozempic available for $499 per month for cash-paying patients, a stark contrast to its list price of nearly $1,000. Meanwhile, Pharma's AmericasMedicines.com, launched on Monday, will connect patients with direct purchase programs, reflecting Trump's push for transparency. Pharma, representing the drug industry, has warned that MFN directives could undermine American leadership and harm patients. Senior Vice President Alex Shriver emphasized that foreign price controls would erode U.S. influence and potentially lead to job losses. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is set to impose a 100% tariff on brand-name pharmaceutical imports, with exceptions for U.S.-built plants. Imports from the EU, a major source of branded drugs, will face a 15% levy under a trade agreement inked earlier this year. This strategy aligns with Trump's broader goal of slashing drug prices, which he has promised to cut by 1,500%, a figure experts deem mathematically impossible. The HHS report revealed that U.S. drug prices are nearly 3 times higher than in comparable countries, largely due to government-set pricing. In his first term, the HHS finalized an MFN rule in 2020, but it was blocked by courts and later rescinded by Biden. The rule would have applied to Medicare payments for drugs administered in doctors' offices. Industry experts caution that Trump's actions may not yield immediate results. While the president lacks legal authority to mandate prices, manufacturers are unlikely to voluntarily reduce costs in the U.S. Instead, they may raise prices abroad, as seen when Eli Lilly increased Mounjaro's price in the UK to offset costs in the U.S., and when Bristol Myers Squibb sold Cobenfy at the same price in the UK as in the U.S. This story highlights the tension between political rhetoric and practical outcomes. Will Trump's tactics truly lower costs, Or will they merely shift the burden to other countries? As the debate continues, the future of drug pricing remains a contentious issue.